invented the software that we're playing with. There are all these folks that are just really wanting you to win, and it's really beautiful. So I do hope that you take this stance. So sign up tonight.
We're re-live again because StreamYard decided to just die.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, but make sure you sign up. And like Ross said, don't take a spot that you know for a fact you are not going to be able to work at, next week, right? But also know that
honestly, I would say take the spot, show up for 30 minutes, and go on with your life.
No, you do that.
No, definitely show up. But I'm saying like it's too good not to be not hard at all. Like you carve out time to start
and get your participation trophy. Karma is going to be swift with you because you're supposed to show up and actually see it through, right? That's what we're trying to do here. But make sure you sign up now because generally speaking, the tweet just went out on X. And then when the judges and all the prizes, we get the verification from legal to go ahead with it. It's going to go out on the lines, and you may not be able to get back in. So all listeners in the audience, whether you're a student or not, put your name in the hat, right? You need these tools. You need these tokens. You need these awesome things that they have lined up. And I am of the same accord with Ross. I'm fiercely jealous. But I couldn't imagine better people to get those kinds of awards and trinkets and trash that are so lovely. So all right. We are going to get it done. Got it. So we have the live stream back up. For those of you that I know, right? For those of you that are neurodivergent or have trouble with the 10-second delay, you are invited to come up in the speaker role. But in the speaker role, you do have to be a student that is registered in the class.
Oh, no, Sarah, we designed this special, remember? This is a hackathon unlike no other.
We are talking about class now.
No, I know, but you can watch. You can sign up and watch. You don't have to participate.
Well, everybody's going to watch, of course. Because I have a new headset with little kitty ears. It's going to be great.
You can choose.
Excellent. Okay. We have a question from LK. She needs to chat.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need one thing while we're doing that and answering any question. Inside of season 9, because of the nature of my intercom at this point, I need a tribute.
Sharon's a tribute.
Of someone in the live stream that would want to get their intercom set up properly. We
already did. Okay. So anybody, here's the tribute, guys.
No, not signing up. Setting up. It's different.
Oh, got it. Sharon's always she's got everything all set away. But I'm not.
I already did it. I think I already have it set up.
I know.
But thanks so much.
Love you. Let's go to LK first, and then we're gonna hunt and gather. Maybe VR or AI John can help us out. Okay, how are you, my dear? Welcome to class. So proud of you and seeing your pretty face here. Good to go on season 9. Awesome. How are you?
Hey, thank you. And thanks for getting my name right. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. I've been a lurker for a long time, and I'm so excited to be here. So thank you. I just have a quick question because I don't want to get in the way of the pace of today's lesson. But I just joined up last week, so I'm still playing a little bit of catch up. So I don't want to interrupt the flow of today's class. So I wanted to see if I can connect with someone this week sometime for a quick catch up on something. And because A, I still need to sanity check if my microservice idea is viable. And B, I just need to get guidance on how to connect the dots and start building it if it is viable. I'm not the most technical person, but I'm a fast learner and a fast failer and a fast get back upper. And I just need some direction in how to connect all the dots. Not looking for hand holding, just need to get pointed in the right areas. So checking.
I'm not sure if you guys want to answer, but I can help because Dawn down there in the listeners, I helped her last week too. I hope she can come up to speak. Now we could meet up and I can get you guys up to speed if you want. I'm not sure if Dawn wants to come up to speak because she started with it last week too.
Okay.
So it would be cool. I'm not sure, Ross, is that good or no?
Yeah, that's fine. I would just say like for your sanity check on your service, I could do that for you right now.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
Okay. So, is anyone driving right now?
No.
No.
Okay. So as long as you're not driving, everyone close your eyes, lean in. So my idea is I want to solve a problem. It's a little minor thing that I have in my life all the time. I know everyone has in their life all the time. So think of people in your life that this is happening to, and you may not even realize it. So first of all, my idea is a website called sketchyornot.com. Okay. And so what it's all about is think about your niece on TikTok that just got an offer for some promo that's too good to be true. You just got a text message or SMS that you have a courier parcel arriving, click here, and you don't even remember what it is, if it's legit. Something else, you got a toll pass notification, you got a Zoom link, you got a Google link, you got a
Do
funny
it.
email
Just
attachment.
do it. I love this already.
Okay.
And keep going.
And I want to lean forward into the simpleness of this. I'm not after the 10% of people that are on AI already and ChatGPT, because obviously you can do this function already. You can take a screenshot of something, put it into your AI, and it comes back if it's sketchy or not. You can literally type, oh, is that me? Is that the bad echo? Is that me? I just saw the note from Doug. Not sure if that's me.
No,
You're
you're
at all.
You're good.
Okay. So the idea is I'm not going after the computer savvy people. I'm going after the average everyday person, and that's me too. A few years ago. So I want to help people. I want this to be frictionless. I want this to be on a browser. I want you to. I don't even want to have people to pay. Maybe have a tip service. So my concept is you take a screenshot of the problem, web 2, web 3. You know, might be a DM, might be an SMS, might be, you grab an email, whatever it is. You screenshot the item, you drag and drop or attach it into the section of the website. And I've got a preloaded prompt then. They don't even type anything. There's a preloaded prompt that's going to say is it sketchy or not. And it comes back with the results. It's not going to be like a check mark. This is safe. I do not want to go down that rabbit hole because I think that's a big commitment right now. This is purely going to be information so they can make a safe-based, informed decision. And the flip side of this also, though, the secondary silver lining of this is I want people to increase their scam detecting muscle. Because every time they see the results, they're going to learn. They're going to learn that text they got was from some crazy number in another country doesn't match the service supposed to be attached to. Or there was pressure type wording in that email you just got. Or that attachment came from PayPal, but guess what? That PayPal email has an extra few characters and not their email. So it's all about training them to learn. So I just don't know how to put it together exactly. I know there's non-code things to do, but I think my the thing I'm unsure about a little bit is the cost of this, because I know the AI cost of doing this, because images could get costly. And I also want to make sure that I'm not saving someone's image they upload, because I see a potential problem with someone uploading something that could have privacy information on it. So I just need some help.
So basically, what you're describing, right? It's a good idea. Now there's like a few versions of it. There's like a full-fledged SaaS version. Like I got credits and I pay monthly and the whole thing. But then there's like the micro SaaS version, which is what you're gonna hyper focus on, right? You're gonna hyper focus on a simple one. Well, I'm gonna explain to you what I think the most simplest implementation would be. I arrive at your page. And it says whatever, fake or not, whatever you call it. And then sketchy or not. And then you upload a photo. And then you hit tell me. And then it charges you $2 right there. You pay, you get the response. That's a microservice. So you're not paying to have it. It won't cost you anything because they're paying to use it.
LK mentioned that she might want it free. What if the response is?
So you could make it free, but you can have it integrated, Stripe, like ready. So you could say use code LK and it's free.
Or you could just say, you could pay for.
But this is more important than you think, because there's trolls and bots. Stripe will stand between you and the scammer.
Oh,
And they won't charge you anything because you're not taking money, at least in the beginning.
Gotcha. Like the code you did the other day.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's almost like a safety between your app and the user.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I know what you said earlier about this is already being done. Yeah, I know all day long. But you know what's not being done is your uncle who's a mechanic that works on cars, your grandma.
No, wait, hold on one
They're
second.
not using those sites.
So here's the thing that you need to understand. Just actually not just you. This is everyone. So like you can do the same thing in a lot of different ways in a lot of different places.
Yeah.
What changes about the way your product works is optics.
Yeah.
So it's how it's perceived and how you want to be perceived. So there's like how you are perceived and how you want to be perceived, and they have to align. And then you should be okay. But you have to build. You have to start building small. And just because someone did it doesn't mean you can't. It just means you need to make it fundamentally different than the experience going to ChatGPT, making a prompt. So these are pain points. Going to ChatGPT, making a prompt, uploading the image. You can't really do much there, right? Because that's not a pain point. But then the analysis is going to come back in like chat, and then it could be like you hate it, and it could be stupid. But what if you could have like not stupid, self-validating, very accurate, and not a chat response, more like just a response. It'll have like some extras, like actually some UI, some card, something that's not,
Well, you could do something like having a stoplight. So you have the green, yellow, and red. They put in their information. The screen flashes that, and then what you would do is have, because you want to concentrate, if I'm hearing right, on the education part. You have that reinforcement of wait, this is a cautionary thing. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but you also have the option to say here for 99 cents or whatever it is. Let me give you a checklist of what you can do to go through. Maybe check your cookies, maybe check your, put Wi-Fi, or you know what, you got this, but maybe you should call, let's say, PayPal directly. Just having those tiny AI generated prompts that will keep her.
I like that idea. I like the advice part, but I can also say like with certainty, if you showed me a screenshot of an email that was on a list, like these big lists that are like scammers tend to use similar emails across the internet. So like if for example like Firecrawl, which is totally free, you launch it on Railway, pay nothing, right? You don't even have to get their API key. You can ignore them and just do your own, totally free, $5. And you can essentially authenticate things like an email, and that could be for certain fake. You know what I mean? There are levels of certainty you can achieve though. And you can just say it's a research preview for security. And you're good.
Because my thought is the packaging. I know the idea is unique. My approach is the packaging, because think about, I don't know, the Angie's List product out there. Angie's List, you put it out for putting contractors and information together. She made it simple. The information existed. It's just putting something together for the everyday person to figure it out. Because it's the it's the person that might have their kid who's a cybersecurity analyst, but she can't reach them because they don't call her back for another day or so. So I kind of, there's people that fall for scams all day long. It's too embarrassed to mention it. I just kind of almost wanted to make it like, oh, I'm not sure about that. Is this sketchy or not? Because it's kind of a term that's used across generations already. When I was looking for terms and different things to use, it's quite a common understood term. I was actually surprised the domain was available, actually. So I kind of ran with it, even if I flip it. I just thought that I just want the everyday user, not the person that's going to go to abc.cryptosecurity.com and look for a drop-down arrow to go use a free tool to see if something is valid or not. This is for the everyday person that's not on ChatGPT or not on AI services. Is my approach, the package. Thank you.
I think this idea is great. And I'm sorry.
Sorry, my mic isn't working again.
Yeah.
No, it's good, but you need to like make it happen. So you need to make a landing page. So either
Yeah,
go
yeah.
on the machine, describe this idea, make a landing page, or go launch a WordPress and have a landing page. You need to have something to actually begin doing it. Because even if you don't actually build the AI part, I mean, you can enter the hackathon and build the AI part. You're going to have tools that will do that. You're getting like premium stuff that you pay for normally.
Gotcha. Well,
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Do you have machine and stuff too?
I just got machine and AI tutored the other day with Russ's help, and I just don't how to connect the dots. So I went and did a landing page myself, just because I had to get the Stripe approval. I just did a template page because I wanted to play with and did a FAQ on the Amplify thing. But it's not my be all what I want to do and how it looks. It's just to get my Stripe approval. So I just need to connect the dots. That's all. Like someone says go make the code and build it, but I'm like, okay, then what? And then what do I do?
What I would do is go into the Slack channel has a private meeting space, right? Or sometimes Sharon just fires up a space and builds it in public with everybody else. I would hook up with Sharon because she's already helped one of the other students, and this is one of the ethos that we do here in this class. To teach is to learn twice. And so if you know something, you're supposed to put it in action and teach somebody else. So definitely hook up with Sharon, and the two of you can suss that out. She'll connect the dots for you, and you'll have at least a working prototype. But I love your idea. It is so needed. And we have a lot of security folks that are here in the ecosystem. But you're absolutely right. What do you do when the kid's not on speed dial? Grandma calls or my mom is like, and especially with AI now, I don't know if people realize this, but there are robocalls that are banking on you just answering the phone call, and there's silence on the phone because they're scraping your voice, and then they're going to turn around and use your voice to scam your relatives, right? Or the other people that live in your house. So those are the kinds of things that you really have to marinate on. But I love your idea. You've definitely. I love it when people come up and say, this is what we're going to build. Because humans do. They build really cool things. And this is something that's needed. And I love the name and everything else. Go ahead.
No, I like it too. I would implore you not to get bogged down by the details and just start doing it.
Oh yeah. I'm happy to. Just
Even if it's just like tell the machine what you want, make a landing page, and then it works. Like get those files and put them on cPanel, and then it's yours.
Yeah.
You can always visit. Yeah.
I just don't know the AD to be, so I just need a little help there. Yeah. But no, you guys.
So when you have your files and you're ready, you definitely can get a cPanel walkthrough. But before we do that, please watch the video in AMM 2-hour video explaining how cPanel works.
Yeah, I've been watching things. I was even watching the cPanel. I even found a cPanel University thing. I was reading a little bit.
Oh yeah, they're great. That's first party, so that's great. So then you're in the right place.
Yeah. I just don't want to. I know I probably, with a bit of guidance, I could probably use 10 hours and be a lot more effective with guidance than 10 hours without guidance. That's all.
Well, just concentrate on the small things, the small wins that we need, which is a landing page. I feel like you can do that. That's where everyone's at right now.
Okay.
So just make a landing. You have your choice is machine. That's one way. Or you can do WordPress. That's another way. Those are the easiest ways, I would say.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And congrats on the hackathon.
No problem. You gonna come?
Yes, I signed up.
Nice.
You said for everyone to do it.
I'm telling you, I gotta do it.
Yeah. But yes. So if anyone wants to be on their team, I'm not techie, so sign me up. I don't want to be the last one on the line. But I love talking passionately about products that I believe in. So maybe I can help you on that side.
Yeah, and just by the way, you don't have to be on the team at all. And that's not required. You could do it solo. It just is there if there are like two people that would like to work together. The option is there. But like for example, when the things that you'll get won't be shared, you'll each get one. So
You might be a real MVP. Just kidding.
Exactly. Each individual participant gets their own swag, their own digital backpack. Okay. And if you're part of a team, you're treading water together, and it's awesome.
Now this part, I definitely need one of you guys to be my Vanna White right now on the live stream. So if you are in the live stream, start sharing your screen, and you'll get the VIP walkthrough. I just can't do it because like if I do it, there's like customer data I don't want to put on the internet right now.
AI John had his hand up, and it went
Yeah,
well.
sure.
We want to make sure we do that first. If he's available to ask his question, because he was up there for quite some time. John, did you have a question, honey?
I was just going to say that to LK to also just test if you can't test your assumptions. This space is always great. Spaces are really good. Just to sit, to find out what's the most important in terms of what people want. Get a couple questions together and ask people. Like what is the most important thing? That it's quick, or that it's accurate, or that this, that, or the other thing. Because I worked with Innovative Think Tank and Josh Hellman, and went through the incubator program, and that part of it was really helpful. Testing assumptions and all that. So that was that. And then I'm signing up for this. I signed up, of course. And I'm going to the Slack now. Do you want to hear my idea?
Well, are you doing the idea that you had before?
The one button?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that idea. It's already approved. All we gotta do is get it set up properly. Where there's a landing page, and you have the bot, and it's set up properly.
Yes, I have the landing page. I have everything in multi-bot, but it's
like the bot, the intercom bot.
Yeah. No,
we gotta put it on the website.
Okay. Well, I'm super excited getting to know bot. And I mean, you guys, I don't know how long I've been working in the free classes you've been offering. I think 4 6-week periods or something like that. And it's just there's nothing else like it here on the internet, and everybody's super, just super grateful for what you're doing. And I think that the value that people are finding on it is going to be really long lasting for everyone. It's going to be very significant in their lives. So I just want to thank the whole team, Cash Money Sarah, Ross, Rick, Nick, and Alistair, and everybody else. And Sharon.
Can't forget Sharon.
No, of course not. And
she keeps you in the teeth.
We're supposed to go for a walk. And VR, and I know he's been working hard as well as Epic and Cassandra, Rockrow, a lot of people, Julie, changing everybody's lives. Where's Dan? There's Dan. Okay, cool. All right. That's it.
He's here. We know. All right. So we have Matthew and VR. Ask your questions right now, and then for reals, folks, we got to get her done. Wasting an hour before we get down to the nitty gritty. It's not going to end well. All right, VR, go ahead.
Sorry, I'll be really quick. I just trying to find the stream, and if you'll need somebody on, I'm willing to do it, but I just want to
Be the victim. My fingers in the air, doing the
Slack.
I just jumped in the back room, Ross.
So do you guys all at this point have like a hosted page?
Matthew has a question first.
Okay, sure. I don't see hands, so
Go. He could be a phantom. There he is.
No. Real quick, I was trying to explain it in the Slack, but is it you got a second on my idea? See if it even qualifies. All right. So I'm thinking about a teacher assistant behavioral tracker, classroom behavioral tracker that will in turn work with another program that follows up with parents about that child.
So you need to like break that down into a simpler version. But that's a good hackathon project.
All right. That's what I've been.
So like a simpler version would just be a bot you can talk to for like 5 messages and then it asks you, okay.
Folks, I'm not going to do it tonight, but I will show you. I did post the maker's notebook that I have. All right. Every single student gets their own notebook, first and foremost. But you should have a running total of your ideas. And they shouldn't just be, this amorphous thing. Sometimes you can catch them in Notion or whatever. There's some value to writing them down. And I have one entire page that's just dedicated as a running list of interesting ideas for hackathons, right? Because you don't know when they're going to revisit. And we did have some questions from previous seasons, like if you have a work in progress or something that's just not jonesing or you didn't finish it, these are ideal. These are the kinds of things that you bring to the table in your I'm bringing cool stuff to the game in your potluck dinner here, stone soup, whatever, fill in the blank, right? Stone soup, everybody brings something and then everybody gets fed. Having those kinds of ideas at the ready puts you leaps and bounds above everybody else. Because sometimes you have this great idea and you think, this is what I'm going to build. And then you get to the hackathon and you realize, you have a set of ideals or criteria. You have a theme, usually that's what they're going to do. And sometimes midway, you have a change, or you have, your team looks at it and goes, whoa, this is, we have to pivot. It's not coming together. And having that bank of ideas is really important. So, for your own well-being and, just start keeping track because AI is also softening our brain. It's atrophying our ability to recall and writing that stuff down. Sometimes I will share a page or two if I feel brave. There are only a handful of people in the world that ever get to see what's inside my notebook. But highly recommend it. And yes, that's the actual class notebook. So, Ross, now continue. Go ahead. Thank you.
present full screen, share screen. There we go.
because as you revisit it, then when you have to reverse engineer it, you know what happens when you turn one link off or the other. Or some of these subscriptions, for instance, you have to re-up your credit card. Guess what? It's expired or whatever. You may not know what the heck is connected to that one little, Lego brick in your whole entire empire. And you
sorry to interrupt you, Sarah.
Go
Smoke,
ahead.
you get disconnected?
Yeah, I accidentally closed it out. Sorry. I'm coming back.
Okay, you're good. Continue, Sarah. Sorry, I just want to see what
No,
happened.
it's fine. But I just want to make sure because you know what? We have folks that will do this. I am one of these folks. Okay. We did something in season two, and I did not. I was not a good ancestor. I did not write it down, and my future self hates me because I thought about it. I thought I don't understand why I did this step. I'm still going to do it, and it's still going to work. But I don't understand why I need this. And if I miss it, what is the cascade effect? What is the cause and effect? And so what we watched Smoke doing, working through for folks that are listening in. This is how we run the class, right? So we pick a tribute. The tribute goes through their problem, and you're showing the steps in connecting all the building blocks. Like LK had mentioned, she's like, I have all the pieces. I'm a really smart person, fast learner. But I don't know how they connect, right? This is that moment where you see one piece of the puzzle and how all the pieces connect. And if you're paying attention and following along, you can either identify those building blocks in your own ecosystem,
Why? Because their free tier is mind blowing. Like absolutely mind blowing. There's nothing that you could possibly need. That would require you to pay Mentify. So when you look at our docs, hold on. Get some docs. Nope. I changed the name. Okay. So this is our doc. Our doc is completely run by Mentify. What's amazing about Mentify is it uses something called Markdown. Pause. Who knows what Markdown is? Anyone? Sharon? What is Markdown?
Well, it's not text, but it's well, I don't know.
So I like that.
Okay.
Let's go over the things it's not. It's not text. What else is it not?
Well, it's not code either.
It's not
Like
HTML.
Like in the middle.
It's in the middle. It's called .md. It's what GitHub uses for README and to show you pretty pictures and videos.
But text can read it easily. That's why I'm always confused.
Right.
If it you know, yeah.
It's like
opinion is all
Markdown, right? Yeah. It's
So-
simple.
The cool thing is AI understands Markdown. So like in my Mentify, I have like links. I have each app broken down. You can see in the machine. Like really nice UI about how to use the machine. So if I go to machine and I'm clicking, I can see like what I can do. I can read. You see? And then if I go to APIs, check this out, guys. So let's say I want to use the AI Tutor API. How do I do that? Look. It even formats code for you. You see this? So people can use our docs to build with our software.
Markdown also makes it so that it's portable. It's like it makes it streamlined to the bare bones. So it's not like a heavy duty HTML from what I understand. Like it's simple. It's simple.
And that's actually a good bridge for it. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to set it up, but not through mine, obviously. So who do we got here? VR, where you at?
I'm ready to go.
Can I ask a quick one?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. So I mean,
kind of looking at the whole decentralization. And, his arc, his character arc is as such that he came out with a really cool thing. And it's called test flight. And you could put it on your phone. He knew damn well that there wasn't enough people, or there were too many people for the ability to be in the beta test to add it to your iPhone or your Android. But the guy was super smart. He said, hey, the first thing that he released was his GitHub. He wants you to fork it. He wants you to play with it. And he wants you to have the ability to be a part of an ecosystem, right? And I think it's really important because in that moment, that's also a qualifier. If you have people that are smart enough or savvy, doesn't mean intelligence has nothing to do with it to some extent, but savvy enough to have a GitHub now and to understand the forking process, you are miles ahead of everybody else because you are out there as this giant, like I say, your capybara. You are friend-shaped. Everybody wants to be your friend. And you fit into every ecosystem because you have all of the different facets for people to give you free stuff. So if you do have the opportunity, the only thing I will say, and this is a little asterisk at the top, is if you're signing up for free stuff and it's a subscription, know what card you added to it. Know when it's going to expire. Understand the token system, right? So you don't get dinged later. And in that case, one of my suggestions is always just have a prepaid card or a card with a low limit that they cannot go over. And that is, relegated to your dalliances here, there, and there, just in these classes, So if you are developers do this all the time. So they have, spare change to play with. They have a little bit of pirate money and all the different currencies so that they can play with and be able to develop in the land that they're in. So that is a long answer to probably a short question. Okay, but I know it seems overwhelming. I have had previous seasons where I've signed up for all of the things. And then there comes a point too when you go through the class, like when we were building, I don't remember websites or whatever, you may not know what you don't know. And in the process of going through the entire class, you're like, you know what, this really isn't for me. And I really don't need this on my computer. And I really don't want it. That being said, put it off into a little, tickler file off to the side and just say, okay, I'll have this account. So I thought it was done with yourself, where I was done with all these, JSON files and everything else. And lo and behold, full 4 months later for our Lunar project, I had to create JSON files in order to mint on Arweave and Chia. Something that is not in my wheelhouse, but I was so grateful that I had A, the skill set, B, the account already started because you're not just building a microservice. You're building a micro arsenal that you own. These are your sentinels. These are your weapons. These are the things in your quiver. And this is your stable of talent and tools and ideas. And you're kind of like a little collector. And when you realize that you're building your own kingdom, that all of these little things are a part of your fiefdom, it changes your perspective because you find uses for certain things. They may not make sense now, but later on down the road, you may not get this opportunity twice, especially when it comes to AI. If you subscribe to Sharon's magazine, What the LLM, and you go back to the first issue, there are a lot of things that were mentioned in that issue that no longer exist. That's how fast AI moves. That's why it's important also to have a resource like that that's up to date, where you're not drinking from the fire hose. But because this specific industry is as it is, there's constantly being gobbled up. I can bank on at least one person in this class. I would think. I'm looking at the numbers, I'm looking at the stuff that you're thinking. That has a really good shot of being bought out. I mean, that's the exit strategy. Yeah, it's a microservice that will generate income, but what happens if someone comes in and says, hey, this is a freaking brilliant idea. How does $10 million sound to you? And you're going to go, yeah, I will make another one. Why? Because I forked that code before someone took it away. Those are the kinds of things that, you have to marinate on. This is a game, and game logic, game theory plays a big role into it. But I hope that everybody's following through. There's certain things that you don't even know how cool they are because on the surface, I mean, I'm a prime example. I had no idea that Mintify was such a cool thing. And then I think to myself, wait a second, this is actually really cool. Or same with Intercom. Intercom, like, why do I want another chatbot? Until you understand you are one person in a 24/7, 365, never sleep world. And if you want to compete and be successful, you have to meet your client wherever they are, whatever layer of the digital overlay they live, whether they want to be a monkey JPEG or if they want to be a real life person with blue hair, right? You have to meet them where they live and operate in the currency that they dabble in. And the more that you can do that, the more successful you'll be. So hopefully that
It does, and because you just answered like the question, but also all the other questions. To answer the question directly, if you are able right now to make 5 Amplify accounts for your 5 companies, you should probably do that now. Because I don't know what the future will hold, but I can tell you when you have an opportunity, squander it. And I'm getting a lot of DMs trying to answer everyone, but Dawn, I got your message. Check your email and or DMs, and we'll get you set up with the machine. We'll get set up tonight too, right after this.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is awesome. I want you all to know that machine, that's the future. Don't sleep on this. Don't be like, oh, I can't afford it. Yes, you can. You have a community behind it. We teach one another how to save minutes. With MCPs, it's crazy. You can get things done in 5 minutes. Most of my workloads are 5 minutes, 6 minutes max. So don't be like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Do not worry. You can get so much done with $20. You can't believe it.
It's almost like coupon clipping, right? Once you know how to game the system, boom, it's done. And the other thing too is you have a whole other array of tools. You have multi-buy, you have other things that you can do. And once you find your sweet spot, it's awesome. And here's the other thing too. Like I said in your engineering notebook. You have a rolling kind of list of interesting ideas. An interesting idea today in one cycle. That's a quarter, 3 months, 90 days will be irrelevant. Right. One of the things that entrepreneurs do best, I've said this 1,000 times, so I sound like a broken record, is they see friction points. They see arbitrage opportunities where other people don't. And 9 times out of 10, it's a fraction, folks. It's just a fraction. All of the, monkey ball or whatever it was, Powerball, the Wolves of Wall Street. When I was a broker for Morgan Stanley, those that had first mover advantage were able to dabble in fractions. Right. All you need is a microsecond faster than the other guy, and you get the stock, or you get to sell it, and you get to make bank while the other one's holding the bag. It's like a hot potato game, or any of those kinds of games where one seat is always removed, and then one person kind of gets screwed. Right. In this situation, having tools at your fingertips or other people's do, having an idea out in the market. Take advantage of what you can, reinvest that money. That's the other big problem that most people don't, is that they don't think about how to maintain or sustain their business because they've never had to own one. And now everybody needs at least 7 streams of income. Even if you have a solid job, because nothing is secure, and AI is going to literally eat everything. And it's not saying that it's a bad thing. History will show this point in the timeline of history as just as important as the Industrial Revolution or the Gutenberg press or any other shift in we lived in an information age, and then we lived in a computer age. Now we live in this, AI age. What that means as humans and how we're going to operate in that system. And a lot of times it's going to teach us how to be better humans. Humans are resilient, they're crafty, and they will always find a way. Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park. Nature always finds a way. So where one door closes, you have the opportunity to open up another one. And if you have a command of all of these tools, you're not going to use them all at once. You don't use every tool in the toolbox. Sometimes you just need a hammer. And that's how you put these things together. And one of the other things, the last thing I will say, you don't exploit other people in your kingdom, in your fiefdom. This is the one time in history where you don't have a king, and that is in control of everybody, and everybody has to follow and bow to the the higher power, whatever else. They don't have to do that. You are all kings or queens or gods if you're playing Eminem song in the background. And you have the opportunity to create an ecosystem that aligns with your own core values. So if you're a solopreneur and you're creating a business, and you're creating, a microservice. That microservice is really on its surface. If you look at AI in general, it's a reflection of who you are. Not the society, it's of you, the person that manifested the ecosystem and everything else. And the more that you play nice with others, the more that you have tools in your toolbox that you're willing to share. Or we're in a digital makerspace. A makerspace is a very interesting thing. Time, tools, ideas, and the opportunity. That's what we're sharing at this very moment. And during our time in history, in this moment, if Sharon is going to help Dawn or LK because they both need help, that's awesome. Because it's a quid pro quo, pay it forward. There's a bartering between each other. We're not just bartering stuff. We're bartering our time and our units of attention, which is far more important, right? And solidifying in the process by building someone else up. You're building yourself in the process in a really profound way because social capital matters. How you treat other people matter. How you operate your business matters. And the tools that you choose to have in your toolbox. No one's going to give a kid or another friend a rusty hammer or a dull saw blade. You want them to have the best stuff. So if you are playing with Fly or you're playing with Intercom, those are your best tools. And they play nicely with everybody else. And that's really cool because you don't want to, give someone else crappy code. Don't be that guy because you'll be the reason we can't have nice things. And it'll come back to haunt you because your social reputation. You can reinvent yourself a bazillion times online, but it's so funny. Your behaviors, your core kind of routines and the way you do things speaks louder and identifies you far more clear than even your human fingerprint. You just don't know it. That's why Stripe works so well. Stripe has a digital fingerprint of you that is more accurate than the one on your thumb. They know where you've been. They know who you've been with. They know all of those things. And their systems are so attuned that when something goes wonky, they handle it real quick, right? So just expect that. And if you are always aligning yourself to your why, we asked you that in season one. What's your why? Why are you here? If it's to make money, great. But make sure you can look yourself in the mirror because that AI is going to be looking right back at you. And then you're going to see what you're going to see, and that's just the way it is. All right. So we're at 9:30 and we've gone through the thing. I think we have a little bit more to accomplish, but I just want to make sure everybody's aware. We're going to do this all again in about, if we tie this up in a neat little bow by 10 o'clock, that means that in 13 hours, we will meet again on Thursday morning. Cash Money Kev, per always, is my wingman, and I love him. He is a dear person. Alisher leads the show on Thursday mornings. It's a different way to get the same information. We try our very best. It doesn't always happen. So forgive us if it doesn't. But we try to disseminate the information in as many different ways as we can to help all of the different ways that people learn. We have a very diverse group here. So sometimes hearing it from Ross may not click in the same way as Alicia, or vice versa. Sometimes seeing the AI transcript or listening to the recording, that's what clicks for you. Whatever it is, own it. However you learn, own it. If it means that you have to doodle in the margins, do it. There's no one judging you. This is your journey, and you are hacking your own education. No one else is going to do it for you. You can't learn it by proxy. So whatever way it is that you learn that it makes sense to you, if you have sticky notes all over your wall, I do. I have a giant whiteboard too. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to visualize how these building blocks build together. Like what LK said earlier. I don't have all the pieces. I just don't know how to get to A to B, or I don't understand how these all interact with each other. But once you understand the relationships and what the key components you need to do, I need a website. Why do I need a website? Well, someone has to visit it. And when they get to the website, they need a thing. What's the thing to make them do X, Y, Z? Oh, okay, got it. And I also need them to have a way to pay me. I need a way to contact them. Or I need, so once you ask those questions as you go through the customer journey, each one of these different kinds of products and services kind of define themselves. And if you're like me, I write every freaking one of them down. I'm like, okay, I need Mint5. What does Mint5 do? It's documentation. Got it. And it's on a index card, 3x5, in an actual recipe box. Okay, so that when I'm looking at it in that system, it's very much an analog kind of obsidian. If you use that way of thinking, that way I can say, you know what? I really need documentation, and then I can look that up under the theme or whatever, and I have my own little system. And I'm like, great. Now I know this is a great tool for that. Or I need a payment. And in the payment section, I've got Stripe, and I've got PayPal, and I've got all these other extras. Depending on the situation that I'm trying to solve, certain things fit. And then you have them on those note cards. I actually lay them on the table, look at how it flows, and then I can think, what's missing in this? And it clicks for me. Is that how it does for everybody? Some other people might think that's just too much, or it's redundant. But I work with young makers. And so when we're sitting at the kitchen table after the kids have all gone camping, and we're sitting and talking about their businesses and what they want to create, pulling out those cards and having them manipulatives and making the business plan tactile, they understand it. Because they understand too, if you take one card, the whole thing falls apart. And so because I help and mentor all age groups, you know what? Manipulatives help, and especially in an age where we are such goldfish. We have such limited attention spans, and just having that quick kind of able to pick up one little nugget and then take it with us. It really does help. But that's how I do it. That's my process. Someone had asked me earlier. I did post the notebook, and maybe someday I'll go over it, but it won't be in class. Everybody learns differently. And this is the one time in history you're not going to get wrapped across the knuckles with a ruler because you're not behaving, or you're not doing something right. You're not going to be shamed for not understanding something or it not clicking, because guess what? It's your journey. You get to choose your own adventure. And you also get to choose who your heroes and villains and NPCs are going to be, right? And so I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, I think we're almost there on the soapbox tonight. Ron,
Yeah. There's one thing we didn't cover, which obviously is not happening. We're going to be covering that next week, which is Stripe do's and don'ts setting Stripe up. But we got through, I would say, 80%, which was like really great. I think all of you are getting into a really good place. You're understanding what's going on, and I love season 9 because it's slow enough that anyone can follow. It's also simple enough that even just the landing page machine can get you started. And it could be impactful because the machine's not creating intercom. Intercom's embedding in what the machine's creating, which just shows you the power of embeds. And you can embed all sorts of things. And I wanted to reserve the last like 15-20 minutes for questions. I will also say after tomorrow, Okay. Just forewarning all of you. Sarah loves to say, let's see if she's still feeling smart at 9:30 p.m. Sarah, what would FMA mean?
Free my AI.
Nope. It's your favorite thing. Think again.
I have so many favorite things.
FMA is the acronym.
It's not go on to greatness.
No. It's the other thing you say. It's about getting or doing something first.
Put your own face mask on. But that's not FMA.
No. What's doing something first in business? You say it all the time. It's like a catchphrase.
I don't have catchphrases.
You do.
Tell me what it is.
I'll give you the first word. Ready? First.
Robotics.
No. First. Something. The last word ends in age. AGE.
Action.
I have no idea. My head
You
hurts.
do. So she always says this every time we talk about
I hate when Ross does that
It's-
stuff. I
No,
hate it.
you gotta stay sharp. You gotta stay sharp. Listen.
It's not a matter of staying sharp. It's that there are a couple colloquialisms that absolutely are always in my.
Well, this is one of them, and you're
I
gonna
realize
see it right now. You're gonna be like, wait, what? Okay.
First mover advantage.
Oh, the neurons connected.
No, I was thinking of some swear words that
Sarah,
really fit.
It's only 9:30 on a Wednesday. There's not time for
Did
swear
you
words.
think about for my apples or something?
So, you guys officially have Sarah's favorite, one of her favorite things to say. First mover advantage. You don't sign up for the hackathon. I swear, this is not like I'm not trying to get you to sign up. It's just a fact. After tomorrow, these companies are going to be announced, and then it's going to be shared, and then we're going to hit limit. So you now have first mover advantage to snag your ticket now. I'm giving you the opportunity to do that tonight before the big thing tomorrow.
It's super important, folks. And I know he can't underline this enough. There are people in this world who have been downsized, whether they're doged or their computer science degrees that do not have jobs. Guess where their job is now? Finding big prizes for hackathons and knocking the ball out of the park. They are the professionals. They move in packs like little velociraptors. They bring in their own Swedish fish and gummy bears and Red Bull. They are ready. They have their fancy little headsets and their lit up boards. They look like a tag team coming in, or an advanced dodgeball team with tight shorts or something. You want to make sure you fill those slots because they can't give everybody. They can give the folks what they need. Right. So if it's topped out at 500 or topped out at 1,000.
Yeah, and literally,
we don't know.
these people that are going to share this have way more followers than me. So we anticipate to be hitting that within a few hours. Like of it, yeah, maybe minutes. I don't even know. We'll see.
Well, there's one
wonder.
It's so cool, you guys. I know how intimidating this is. It's intimidating coming up and being a big target and have Ross say, hey, you have to know an acronym, and I can make up acronyms like all day, every day, right? It's the same kind of concept, but you will never truly know what you're capable of until you're stretched. And other people can do that for you, but you don't own that journey. But when you do it for yourself and you say, you know what, I'm going to jump out of the plane. I'm going to learn how to skydive. I'm gonna jump off the New River Gorge Bridge and smack the water with my hands if I need to, which I've done. I'm gonna rappel down the mountain, going upside down, Australian style, down in the New River Gorge. Yes, you can do this. You can own your own journey. And when you do a hackathon, it is scary. It's incredibly taxing. Your mind hurts, your brain hurts, people snap at each other. One of the greatest things that our kids learn in hackathons is grace. And how to be kind under pressure, and how not to hurt other people, how not to yell and scream because it happens because you're looking at it and you're like, I'm running out of time. It's not working. I have to start over. There are so many soft skills that you are going to learn. When tech especially, it humbles humans in ways that nothing else can. It can make you cry. It can make you scream. It can make you see plaid, have a stroke, learn new languages, teach them to the computer screen. All of the above. And I've seen it all. Right. But it also you can walk out of that day going, I can't believe I did it. I can't believe I finished it. It's the same as if you were a marathon runner or you've done something and trained for something. You've trained for this for 9 seasons, some of you. And you know what? You got to crap or get off the pot, as my grandfather said. You got to do it. And is it uncomfortable? Sometimes I guess I'm not going to follow that analogy, but yes. Right? I guarantee you, you're going to go away more involved, more understanding. You'll understand how all the components fit together. And not only that, you're going to have some very valuable tools. Whether you win or lose, just showing up. Just showing up gives you something that most people won't have, especially in this ecosystem. And I will tell you, there are a lot of really interesting people watching right now. Right now, they're watching and they're saying, I think this is very interesting. This is the way education is going. They have their eyes on you, and you are brave enough to build them in public. You're brave enough to have open repos. That means, you know what? These same companies, when they see how you interact with other people, when they see what you bring to the table, they don't care if you have a degree. They don't care if you're employed. They don't care about anything else. They think, I like that attitude. I like that creativity. I like that go-gettedness and moxie. I like that fearlessness. And I like that willingness to learn. And humble yourself when you don't know. Put the ego at the door. They're looking for all those qualities and they'll hire you in an instant. I'll give you an example and then I will tie it up. One of our judges is somebody I know very well. And very smart man. And I met him through a project. And this project was very important. And it was a glorified calling card that got him on a stage in New York at the NFC or NFT kind of thing. He gets on stage, he does his talk. And this company sees this man for the first time. He says, Sarah, you have no idea how many times I was overlooked because of the way I looked, my color, my way of talking, you name it. He's like, I did not fit their mold. I couldn't get a job. Even though I had all of the qualifications. And he stood up on that stage and he talked his talk. He said his passion. He said, look, I built out all of these different things. And he showed them. And he was hired on the spot. When he was hired, he was just kind of a marketing person. He is now in charge of the whole entire ecosystem that runs hackathons every freaking week. And not only that, he's an expert at what he does. He had no qualifications going in, and now he is the expert. That happens all the time. The ability to change your stars starts with you deciding, I'm going to go where the stars are. And that means getting your feet off the ground and aiming upward. And when you have an idea and a goal in mind, and you are adhered to it and you believe in it, the universe is going to conspire with you. And it's going to send you all these random people. How do I know? Because in 48 hours, Ross has a roster that is not only filled with some of the coolest people, but the coolest stuff. That does not come just by a snap of fingers. It comes from saying, I'm not going to stay on safe ground. I'm going to go out where the big waves are, and I'm just going to, do the thing. And people respect you. So and they're willing to help you and conspire with you because they too believe in you and your mission. And that's what we do. Every week we come here, and I am so inspired by you. And I know a lot of you don't hear it. the people in your life don't believe in you. They laugh at you. They kind of poo-poo your ideas. They think, well, she's on the computer again. He's on the computer again. He's talking to some imaginary internet pocket family. Well, I'm telling you, being an entrepreneur is a lonely place. But you're going to live a life that seldom is enjoyed by the everyday conventional thinkers, doers. You know, you're out here with unconventional, and there's something it's more vibrant and beautiful. And when you find your tribe, even if it's strangers in your pocket phone or in your pocket that you carry around the day, that one person that says, hey, I noticed you weren't here today. I'm going to tap on glass. Or I'm going to say, hey, I just want you to know, I think what you built is kind of cool, and keep going. Hey, that was a glorious fail. you know, I love that. Let's figure it out together and we can make it into a win for the day so that you can close out today. These are the kinds of things, and it's something that is very special. So I hope that you do reach out to each other in Slack, get to know each other. I have gotten to know many of you personally, and I can just tell you, you're really cool. You're really amazing people, and you make me a better human. That's not BS or smoke up your skirt. It's just the facts. And being here, I wouldn't want any other place to be because it's fun. So, any questions, comments, or concerns? Obviously, you know where to get us. If you don't sign up, I don't want to hear a word of it, because you know what? No guts, no glory, folks. No guts,
It's
no
true,
glory.
and honestly, I can't even do anything. Once that limit's hit, it's a hard limit. Basically, it's a combination of all the prizes and everything we've computed. And so once that limit's hit, there'll be no more acceptance or viewer. It'll just be shut down. Because we have a limit. But then we're gonna do another one. I never expected this many people to want in, this much visibility. This all is pretty awesome, and so we're gonna do more. Like this is just
You guys
really
want to be
amazing.
first. You want to be season one. Okay, that's bragging rights.
I-
Then you
I
need
don't
the
want-
OG. Yeah, you need the OG.
But I'm really excited for all of you that do enter because again, I actually want to enter. So it's that good, and you'll know everything tomorrow. All will be revealed tomorrow. Everything, the prizes, how it works, and the judges. And so at that moment, all our partners are going to share it, and then kaboom, hit capacity.
I'm scared. I'm just being honest. My project is tough. It's a lot of work. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but I'm going to do it, people. I'm scared as heck. I just want to say that. I'm so scared, but I'm going to do
But
it.
it's worth it because Sarah actually knows everything, and she can tell you it's worth competing for.
It's going to kick my ass. I tell you that much.
Sharon, courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is standing up in spite of it. If you don't have a little bit of apprehension and fear, your body's not in it. Your mind's not in it. Your soul's not in it. Right? Fear is perfectly legit. And it's perfectly legit to have it. But to be encouraged, to have that courage, the courage that you summon to do something that you didn't think you were ever going to do,